Call a March 12th meeting of the Ellijay City Council to order. The agenda is before you, so I need approval of the March 12th agenda. Motion and a second. Next, review action on the minutes of the council meeting held on January the 15th. I have read them and there's nothing old pending on it. Look fine to me. Motion to approve the minutes of the January 15th meeting. Motion and a second. Review action on the financial reports. First, let's just kind of look over them together if y'all want to. The one on January 31, we had a monthly change of 37,000. That's an increase in the year-to-date change of 29,000. That's at the bottom. And that's Exhibit A. Next is Exhibit B for January, and that will give you the general fund increase, or rather the difference between expenditures and revenue for the year, and we're plus 54,000 on in just the general fund, which is our main operating fund.
And that's just a comparison with last year's same thing too.
Yeah.
Put that in there for 2018.
I usually cover that. I usually cover that last. And on the February Exhibit C, it shows for the month we had an increase of 14,000. That's at the bottom, and year-to-date change is now 43,000. Now that's our all funds budget. That's all of them mixed together. The 4 or 5 incremental funds, and the CDs also. 4 incremental funds, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 3 incremental funds, 2 different certificate of deposit accounts, 1 splost and 1 for general fund. And on Exhibit D, the general fund, we have widened the gap to 59,000 there, revenue over expenditures. That's at the bottom also, written in. So we're still short of our budget projections. We're 259,000 short, but that's because we had an interfund transfer of 253,000. You see at the bottom under other financing source. So we're just about even after 8 months. 8 months, we're already in good shape.
We still don't have a franchise tax from the big ones.
Yeah. Let me just tell you what it is. The city's general fund revenue during the 8-month period was what we just said. It's there's a difference of 59,745. But the March revenue is anticipated to be, it looks like it's going to be over 200,000 already, so that should get us in good shape. Because we had franchise tax and something else, some other tax. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was
insurance premium?
no bank tax, probably. Yeah, we received bank tax in March from the 3 banks that are located in the city.
We get here this month sometime.
Yeah. So the financial, I'm very pleased with the financial. After 8 months, it's just fantastic.
Was it what we budgeted?
And much more than, yeah. We're way ahead. We're way ahead of budget. And that's always good. Old business, I found nothing in old business. No, excuse me, I'm jumping ahead here. need a motion that we approve the financials for January and February.
So,
Second.
Okay, the first item under new business is the appointment of the municipal election qualifying officer. And Linda, our city clerk, has served in that position for several elections. And she has a lot of experience, and she's familiar with all the requirements mandated under Georgia. What is that office? Georgia SOS?
Yeah,
Office.
Secretary of State,
And you can do all your preparatory work online.
yeah, recertification.
So I make a motion that we appoint Linda as our qualifying officer for the municipal election. Scheduled for early November. What date in November is it, by the way?
Fifth,
Yep. You get a second on it?
yeah.
Next, Gary Watkins has served as our municipal election superintendent for several years, and he is fully certified, and he's performed this function on a countywide basis, in countywide elections as well as both municipalities, and I think he does it well, I'm not sure about that. So if an election is held, we need to appoint him as the election superintendent. And his fee was $1,500, he agreed upon that same fee. And if, in the event there's no election held, then we will, his fee will be negotiable. We will pay him some, or we'll provide some remuneration for his time. I need a motion that we appoint him as election superintendent. Second. Still on the election. We need to approve the qualifying fees, and there's a memo in your thing stating what it was, and this is to be paid at the time of qualifying, and it's mandated under OCGO something that it has to be published in a local newspaper, and it's, have you already
already
published
been
it?
in there,
And it was February edition, I believe, I saw that somewhere. February the,
and yes, and I left it on my desk. but
no, it says before February the 1st,
It was,
but that's insignificant.
it was
So I need a motion that we approve those qualifying fees, $1,000 for the office of the mayor and $100 for council members. That's the same as it was last time.
has to be 3% of prior year's income.
Okay.
I don't pay that.
Got it right.
Exhibit D. Find my agenda, I lost my agenda. No, I got one.
Oh, okay.
Review action on the ADA Compliance Act of 1996. That's the Americans with Disabilities Act. And Department of Transportation has required, I presume y'all have scanned this document. And the Department of Transportation, in order to give us any state grants and so forth for paving and that sort of thing, we have to prove that we are in compliance with this act, or we have to certify that we will provide the provisions of this act. And there was, inside the document, there's a lot of stuff that don't apply to us because we were under the 50 employee rule. If we'd have had over 50 employees, we would have had to submit a transition plan, which is, there's a checklist in here and everything, y'all noted that. But we can skate by without doing that. Did you have some communication with the ADA officer? She said you didn't have to, I think you did by email, didn't you?
Yes.
She, yeah, this is her right here, Kimberly Severe. And she certified that you wouldn't have to submit the transition plan.
Right.
Any questions on that? So I need a motion that the city intends to comply with that ADA
So moved.
requirements. Second? Next on the agenda is Exhibit E. And what we're doing, we're amending the compensation schedule again to include 2 more citizen appointees that we left off of the other resolution. And that's, we have 2 members, or we've had 2 members on the Kids Cottage, the Board for Kids Cottage, which is located out in the Clear Creek or Yukon area. I'm not sure exactly where it is.
It's out Yukon.
Is it on Clear Creek Road?
No, it's on Yukon.
It's on Yukon Road. And they will, we will pay annual fees for their service based on what's shown in resolution number 1902. And they meet on a quarterly basis, as does the Gilmer County Library Board and the Joint Development Authority, and we're paying them $100 a quarter for their service. Any question on this resolution? And by the way, Mikey Cook has agreed, well, we'll cover that in the next item. But we will now have a total of 7 positions on countywide boards. I need a motion we approve resolution number 1902.
So moved.
Second.
Next is Exhibit F. And let's see, there's a memorandum and there's a vacancy on the board due to Mr. Rowland's recent resignation in one of the slots. And Mikey Cook, who also serves on another board, has agreed to accept this position. She's a very, very knowledgeable person, and she really thinks a lot of the city of East Ellijay, and our police force, and everything that we do. She's probably our #1 fan. But anyhow, she has agreed to serve, and I'm sure she'll attend the regular quarter meetings, and she'll prove to be an excellent representative. And so I request approval of her to this position. Motion? Second?
Second.
Next is Exhibit G, and that's a memorandum from Valerie Crump, Assistant City Clerk, and she's listed the 5 new business licenses issued during the month. Any questions? You've noticed Taco Bell is here again, and this is a second location on Highland Crossing, and some of these others I don't know. One is on Greenfield Ridge. You know where that is?
It's Jacob's old house.
Yeah, they operating the business out
He
there?
does carpet cleaning,
Oh.
rugs, carpets.
And Russell Street, we know where that is. Highland Crossing, where's that X-ray supplies? Anybody know? And then Taco Bell's Highland Crossing, and Time Lost Collectibles, gaming, what kind of gaming they have there? That's on 941 Maddox Drive.
It's just the kind of stuff they sell at Walmart. It's not machines or anything.
Okay. I need a motion to approve these issuance of these business licenses. Next, under Exhibit H, is a list prepared by Valerie of the delinquent businesses. Do any of y'all recognize any that is no longer in business? We need to purge what we can from this list. Anytime Fitness, AT&T. Does AT&T still have an office?
Yes.
Alkaline Junkie. I don't know where these are located. Arlisle Realty, Belladonna Brazilian Wax. Cato is still there, right? Dirt Cheap Christian Wear, Farmer's Furniture is still there. Genesis Behavioral,
No, these 2 come off.
Mr. Benavier needs to come off?
Yeah, he retired. Hope Springs Wellness is gone.
Hope Springs Wellness is gone. How
Mayor?
about Polar Bear Ice Cream?
Closed for the season, but reopening it, so.
Power Stroke Diesel Specialist.
Mayor, we reviewed those a while ago, we've got those, most of those covered. I
Well,
know,
somebody in the audience might know. Let's see if we can get them all. There's only 4 more. Retina Collective, Stone Mountain Ice. Stone Mountain Ice is no, that's that ice
it's
machine.
covered, it's gone, they're out of business.
Yeah, Sloan Mountain. Is that a typo or is it Sloan? Is it already? Never heard of that one. The doctor's office at Ellijay. Anybody familiar with that one?
That's rising.
Oh, I'll see him.
I talked to him about it last week when I was there, Mayor. He's aware, he got his second notice, he didn't realize his office hadn't taken care of it.
Okay, and Right Gear, W-R-I-G-H-T, Right Gear. They're still
Yes.
operating. Okay, so what do y'all think we should do? We have set second notices. Do you wanna give them a third notice, or do you wanna go ahead and send an officer around and talk to them, and, or do we need to access, or do we need to assess, I should say,
I think two
our
notices.
10% penalty?
I think 2 notices is enough, send an officer to talk to them.
Are you willing to do that, Larry,
Yes.
or have somebody do that?
Yeah, I'll get with Valerie next week, and we'll take off the ones we need to, and I'll visit the rest of them.
And guys, I don't think it would be wise to print that print the names. You withhold that if you can legally do it.
I charge them 20% not to.
That sounds like a good one. There's a total of 15, so we reduced it from 17 to 15 already. No, 14 now.
I think most of them have actually been called. Most of them have been called the third time.
Oh, have they?
Valerie's done some, and Matt's done some.
There's, Mayor,
Yeah.
there's everything, there's the Carlisle, his mother passed, and he's in South Georgia, he can't get here, the 2 of them are on, in the old Bailey house, they are coming in, they had it, we've talked to just about every one of them.
Okay. So we just bear with them, huh?
Yeah, we marked 3 out, one lady,
Okay.
passed away on and they changed the name.
We'll look it over next meeting. We'll see if we can just keep hammering. Okay, under mayor's report, we have a Northwest Georgia Regional Plan update, and this comes up, seems like with a lot of regularity. But, have y'all had time to look over it? And this is a plan that's required by the Georgia Department of Community Affairs, isn't that the entity that does it?
Yes. I didn't get one.
And I have looked over it, and I am fairly familiar with the required elements and the processes and the goals and the wish list and all of that sort of thing, contained in the plan. But if any of y'all have any suggestions or comments that you want to include in the plan, or any recommendations, or if any of your constituents have discussed this with y'all, and any input would be welcome. Otherwise, we will just, the deadline is June the 30th of this year. It's a very comprehensive thing, and there's a map in the back of the development map, regional, and there's the Northwest, even a larger map on the back. Any questions on that? Second item under my report, I received a memo from Chief Callahan, purchase of patrol vehicles and equipment. And this list is the price, and I've done some calculating on it here somewhere. The total cost of the vehicle including trade-ins and equipment, will be around 32,000. We have one invoice that's not been paid, it's
Correct.
probably under $1,000. It'll be about 32,000, and that was considerably under budget. Our budget was around 39,
Yes, sir.
if I recall correctly. And this does not include an additional expense of $1,500, which was incurred to convert a 2016 Ford SUV to patrol
Correct.
use. And everybody's satisfied with it.
Everybody's pleased.
So, and that's coming from, that invoice will be coming from
Mobile communications.
Mobile Communications. Any questions on that? Council members report. Any of you council member have anything in particular they want to discuss? We'll move on
There's
to,
one thing I'd like
okay,
to know why they ain't fixed.
ain't fixed, okay.
Out there in Terry Parks, they put asphalt in them manhole cover, and then you fall in that and you break the whole front end of your car out.
Jerry Parks's, you mean the one that you can straddle?
Yeah.
I've been straddling that thing ever since it's been built, and I haven't hit it yet. Now, the other two were very
Well,
dangerous,
people
but
fall as close to
Unless,
you can't see.
Mac, you and Larry, and
We ain't give up on it yet. I'm trying to find enough metal to pick it up 2 inches and fix
now
it
you're talking about the one there in the curve.
in the curve down there.
Yeah.
We ain't give up on it yet.
But you can
Fix
see it,
others.
and, hey, at least you can see it. The other two sneaked up on you, and they would really, yeah.
Rattle you, yeah.
Mayor, that's a little bit different. The other two wasn't needed for drainage, that one is needed for
That was
drainage.
violent for damage.
And we're gonna
it has to be.
raise it up and keep the grill.
Yeah, we could cover the others, see, and that's a little easier, just,
Well, the one up there by, O'Reilly's, it's covered. You know, somebody put some asphalt on top of that. Did you do that?
yes.
That helps.
Romping, stumping, street.
The one above there was worse than that.
The one above that, right there coming out of lower
Lowe's,
Lowe's
yeah.
is the worst
So
one.
that
right
would
there.
jar your
There's
teeth,
a
that
manhole.
one would. Yeah, I hit that one several times. I mean, even with the orange painted around
Yeah.
it, you would it'd sneak up on you, yeah. But anyhow, we are aware of that, and we are working with it. Okay, committee member, Don, Water and Sewer Authority.
Well, the rain's been kind of slowing things down. The employees of the authority have been working on some projects that we got going, the Yukon Road project, New Hope, upgrades. But the rain's kind of slowed everything down on that, but they're progressing, they're doing a good job on it. I think we're like maybe 700, let me see if I wrote that down. About 5,000 feet left to get to the Pickens County line in the Yukon project.
5,000 feet.
Yeah.
Now, where is the county line out there? Right above that little creek, isn't it?
Where the dump used to be out there years ago.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
close to, it's right before you get to
Right
that.
before you get to the dump.
Yeah. We have identified the site for a tank out there. They're in the process of,
So they're close to Homer Pritchett's farm property.
probably, yeah.
What's that creek? Price Creek. Yeah.
Ken had texted me about the JDA, but he's here, so I'll let him.
If anyone wants to know about traffic in greater Atlanta, it hasn't got any better since the last time you were down there. I've been on two sides of Atlanta today. But next Friday, March the 22nd, the Chamber and the Joint Development Authority worked with Chattahoochee Technical College and the Carl Vinson Institute to do a workforce study for Gilmer County. The report will be coming back to us next Friday, March the 22nd at 11 o'clock. And if any of you would like to attend that, I think it would be a good informational session. We have room to invite a few more folks. We just need to know if anyone wants to come so we can plan for food. There's the possibility that for Mr. Wood and Mr. Callahan, this could flow over into the joint comprehensive plan. You could use some of the information from this report to flow straight into that. So we'd especially invite the two of you if you have time.
11 a.m. did you say? 11?
11 a.m.
From 11 until 2, and lunch will be served.
Piedmont Community Center.
Piedmont.
Any questions, any further questions?
I didn't mention also I guess you caught the special we had on the water meters, the 3/4 inch water meters, for the $25 impact fee, and then the deposits. It expires at the end of this month, and we'll probably do something with permanent after that. Don't know what yet, but
Do you anticipate a reduction? No,
probably not. I mean, $25 is probably
no, I mean,
over what it's been in the past.
what it's been, yeah.
I do, but I just don't know that for sure.
Any other questions? Next is housing and development. Mac, you probably got a lot.
Well, it's been so busy. Starting with our new soil and erosion and sedimentation projects, we have a Manor Lake, which is a center coming on Highland Ridge. They're going to go ahead and start moving dirt up there to raise it up to accommodate for a water and sewer project. Under new construction activity, we built a driveway on Sassafras Trail to satisfy a court order between landowners, and it was just a driveway put in. We'll have to buy a street sign that says Sassafras Trail South, and it's off of Cole Road, which is off of Stone Road, which is off of Ella Road. So it's a back way into up there. Our new remodeling activities, Taco Bell's at Highland Crossing, and McDonald's. This is remodeling, excuse me, I'll get to that next. This was last month. 302 Fowler Street, the acre has bought that house and he's gutting it and putting new electrical and plumbing and all in it to build it up.
That's where Mr. Lowry lived, the old guy.
Gentleman. Our new sign permits, Walmart grocery. If you've been to Walmart, the self-serves are all roped off. There'll be new signage outside for pickup and free parking for people to park for grocery pickup only. Taco Bell has paid for their free sanded sign on the 515 side, and DFAX has paid for their monument sign on the front of their building, and they're open. Taco Bell will open March the 25th. That will come under our COs. We gave them a CO for the building. They're bringing their personnel in and training them, and it is the nicest Taco Bell I've ever been in. It is nice. Seating area outside. Replenished lumber from California. It's really nice. McDonald's, their drive-through and all their signs on the inside have been replaced to coincide with their new remodeling job. On our Highland rezoning, no, this is just electrical, excuse me. Philip West lost a tree in his meter during a storm. We issued him an electrical permit. Water Authority did the same thing on Victory Circle by the trailer, that big tree that was beside it, knocked all the pumps off. We issued them a permit to turn back on. And the tower on 515 South is the one on the west estate. They're replacing 4 antennas on it, and they have a permit to do that. And that concludes under the commercial projects. I had 2 I was going to mention. Oh yeah, Moe's submitted their land disturbance permit, and Georgia Soil and Water turned it down.
How do you spell that?
M-O-E'.
Oh, okay.
And, so it's just pending, so we can't say no more about that. Once they get their permit, we're getting calls about contractors bidding on it and what our requirements are.
What size is that building gonna be? You have that?
I haven't seen the plans for the building yet. They're drawing it up. It's gonna be their high end and then, in the future, just like, Taco Bell's, in the future, all Mo's will be built like this one. It's their new prototype, but,
We're sure that we're sure the exterior is gonna be compatible with.
oh yes, it's,
We need to really start.
it's very,
on that.
and the residential projects, Highland Cove, which is up on top of the hill, they are curb and guttering, and we haven't received their, buildings yet, but, they are going
How many
forward.
buildings or structures are they gonna build?
I can't remember, 35, I think, 8 houses.
35 units.
And 8 single families, and then,
I thought it was 6 single family.
maybe, I said I can't remember.
Say, what will the total occupancy, I mean, how many can they,
I didn't have the townhomes there, I think it's gonna be 28 of those and 6, so it's somewhere between 30 and
depending on the
35.
size of the family? You know?
And then, the one, side note, pages here, but the Apple Blossom Festival will be May the 4th and the 10th. And they will have it again by the chamber this year. That's all. One, on the residential, I forgot on it. Ashley Waters has a CO for her house on, Chinkapin. And, James is building 2 more, and then Nate, his son-in-law, is building the first one.
Now, where exactly are those 2 going to be built? On Chinkapin?
They are
They're gonna
being,
move out into the end.
They're right above the East LJ Church.
the first,
Above,
the
yeah,
first
on
house-
Chinkapin.
They're on Chinkapin, yeah.
the first house you come to is, Nate is building, James is building the second house, which is already almost ready to open. And then the Ashley's would be the last one that's currently built. And he has sold the lot, and, Jerry, Stover, I think it is gonna build his, come back and build there.
Now, who owns the property on the southwest side of the church? Between there and the city limits, does James own that also?
James,
Does he?
yeah.
Is he gonna,
You talking about that field?
is he gonna develop that?
I don't.
Not yet. He has a trailer, we gave him a thing down in the bottom, in the back, he's got a camper and a small lake back there.
So we'll have how many houses when that's completed? 5 houses on
7.
7?
1, 2, 3.
We'll have to extend our garbage route, won't we? Candy shuttering on that one. Okay. That concludes that street department. Kenny, do you have anything in particular?
No, I've tried to get a hold of Junior to see maybe he was talking about, hopefully maybe doing a weed eating this year. They really don't have the people that have him, he says, this year, but he's gonna see if he can find one more and he might try to do it. But I haven't never got back in touch with him yet.
Okay, well, we need to, yeah, we really
I
need
need
to
to
work
stay
on
on,
that because
yeah.
we'll be mowing in another month.
Yeah.
Easily. And the trimming project has been completed, right?
Yes.
That's been done. And the speed bump is still pending, but that's low priority, Don.
It is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Since our last meetings, or the last, it's been 2 months, Kenny has been every day cleaning up the storm damage, especially on the drainages where it all washed down and cleaned up. And I forget how many loads he's carried up to our dump site, so.
Yeah, and that new, and the new springs that suddenly showed up on Walnut Street up there that flooded Billy Ayers out. Kenny is, and cutting trees out of the road, that tree that fell, and that tree is still leaning there, but
One's still gonna come down.
that is gonna come down.
Okay, that, Georgia Power couldn't get that one, and we're on a long list of Trees Unlimited schedule. They are coming to get it.
Now, the Tree Unlimited, is that
No.
Junior?
No, that's a GDOT, our Georgia Power's contractor.
Okay. Yeah. I'm careful when I drive under that one. Anything else, Kenny?
Not that I know of.
Well, I would just, I mean, I follow your work very closely because that's the ones that we get a lot of citizen input on, and they're always complaining and, are asking for something. And you do a tremendous job, and you're an asset to the city. Larry, do you wanna do your department, you wanna do Exhibit A, the department activities summary, or I can do it if you want me to?
I don't care to. You should have two there. You've got January of 19 and then February. January, we had 96 total arrests, which included the citations. 38 of those were for speeding. Average speed was 22 miles an hour over the limit that we issued citations for. One DUI arrest, issued 197 warnings. Investigated 24 accidents and filed 28 incident reports.
That was very good because the warnings were almost 200 and 38 speeding signs.
Yeah,
But we only had one DUI during the month, so maybe people are sobering up a little, right?
that's our hope anyway. In February, we had 125 arrests and citations, with 34 of those being for speeding.
You know, we were talking about that $500,000 arrest in Lowndes County yesterday. It pales by comparison to the one I heard at lunch.
I read about that.
$50 million worth of cocaine in New York. In what port was it?
I don't know, so it was in New York. I didn't follow how close where it was.
50 million worth of cocaine. They told the pounds, I believe it was 3,200 pounds or something. Tremendous.
That's a lot of cocaine.
Okay, we'll skip and you do the, Exhibit C.
What have you got marked as C, Mayor?
I've got, February.
You weren't this-
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get that one in the last.
In February, we had 125 arrests with 34 speeding citations. 23 miles an hour was the average violation. 2 DUIs, issued 167 warnings. Investigated 24 accidents and filed 43 incident reports.
167 to 34, that's still a good ratio.
Yeah.
DUI is 2. Exhibit B is a letter from Chief, to the mayor and council, from Chief Callahan. And it's a letter where he praises the city, and we probably don't want to get into that too much. But it's a very complimentary letter, and Larry, we certainly appreciate it. And just briefly, he says our patrol fleet is the best it's ever been. We currently have 4 SUV types, 3 sedans assigned to officers. All of these are all-wheel drive and none with more than 65,000 miles. Most of them are under 50,000. And we have a fully equipped backup unit that is not assigned to low mileage. The vehicles are all equipped with quality emergency gear and overdose reversal drug Narcan. The 4 primary patrol units are equipped with state-of-the-art in-car video cameras. All vehicles are equipped with fire extinguishers as well. And several incident officers have been able to put out car fires before the vehicles sustained worse damage. And then he gets into the officer's uniform, and they're the best money can buy, and how all the officers have good rain gear and so forth. Purchase new badges, all that. Up-to-date weapons, the best designed weapon for law enforcement available. And you switch to 9 millimeter to save ammunition. And he gets into putting in new training goals and methods for the year. And a 3-tiered system for training classes. And 1 officer that's been certified in marijuana analysis. And he's equipped the designated room in the department as a testing area. And all of this has been certified and inspected by the Department of Agriculture. And they have another officer who's this officer that's finished level 2 management supervision.
Stanford.
Yeah, Stanford. And this training is extremely demanding and is not mandatory, so he's pleased with the initiative shown by Officer Stanford. And And they've also set up an online training system that any officer can access. And he's currently seeking quotes on replacing our portable handheld radios. And monies collected through the technology fee add-on the city recently put in place will be used for these radios. That's the technology fee that's on the add-on fund.
Yeah, we've actually purchased those since I did this memo, so we have the new radios installed.
And he goes on to say to the council members, I want to thank each of you for your support of the police department. I have been blessed to be the police chief here for 6 years, and I can, well, 10 years really, but 10 years as an officer before that. And I can truly say that I would not want to work elsewhere. I do not believe there is a city government anywhere which provides more support to its police department. Having that support makes my job easier, and I am truly grateful to you for allowing me to be your police chief and for what you do for the officers and I. That's a very, very nice letter.
Well, I'm very appreciative of y'all.
But neither you nor any of them are gonna get a raise, so.
I won't hold that back.
That would sound like a little,
I gotta time that better next year.
anything else? Anyone in the audience? Any comments, suggestions, criticisms, or whatever?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
if it's determined that you don't have to have an election, do the council members and you still have to pay a qualifying fee?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
I held her at gunpoint and tried to get it back last year.
We used
No.
to actually give it back years ago, don't publish
Yeah.
this, but it was just,
Well, I think you weren't required to pay it years ago.
it's just,
Just like I thought you weren't required to pay an oath
But they now
oath of
state-
office, and I had to pay $1,000 fine because it does.
but now
You
they
have to take an
state,
oath of office.
I guess the state gets their cut too, don't they?
Yeah, probably so.
no, I don't take any of it.
Oh, you mean we keep it?
We keep it.
Well, let's just have a party with that. If we don't have anything else, entertain a motion, we adjourn the meeting. At what time? I don't have my watch. 4:40. 4:40.
Yes.
Short meeting.
Come on, get your pictures.